I give thanks and praise unto the Almighty I, Haile Selassie, the first Rastafari. My name is Cecil Harve, slave name. My call is Wa. That's the only way you can get high. If you go and look for Cecil Harve, you might get high. And I'm an elder from the house of Nyabingi. Now we're speaking about black health and wellness. Now, it bring me back to 1970 under the Dread Act. We had a consciousness. Come within the youth, the children of the 50s, late 40s to 50s. In the dawn of the 70s, something go on. And we just couldn't think the way that it taught us. It was a different thing. So the power of our theme was simple and natural way of life. That is the only escape. So we would run around the town and tell sisters, stay off the flesh, stay off the chemicals, because Dominica itself is a doctor. He prepared everything for us. Because it was a time where people was moving out from natural ways of life, and people was embracing the material world. So we speak hard until it created a Dread Act. Yeah, it created that Dread Act. While the people never understand who we are, because we were so green and so young, we was confronting something bigger than us. But in this time, I see in the damage because people never listen to us. I walk in the streets and you see a lot of big, young children. They are children, but something going wrong. Because your weight cannot match with your age. Our children are getting so desperate, violent, ignorant, and unhealthy. Something is wrong somewhere. I don't know if it's the boom of the education system that brings children to a different plane. I know the most important reason for working is to take care of you. You want to know God? Take care of your body. Because the temple begins with the body. But in this age, everybody is eating fast food. People buying food over counters. People who doesn't know. You don't know what state of mind that food will cook, but you eat it. Children get your education with a promise that you live a better life. There's no better life. It's either you live a good life or you live a bad life. And right now we're taking toll because children is not raised more than father no more. Before the child is 1 month, the child is in a daycare. Taking the scent of a person that is not theirs. So that disturbing the mind of a whole generation. So in this time we would ask our people to try to attain a simple and natural way of life. If we're going into material advancement, we have to make sure that spiritual attainment must be in line, balanced. So you'll understand what you're going for. Otherwise, you'll think that success belongs to you. Success don't belong to you. The power of success is to assist less fortunate. So you can balance the life, but the world is unbalanced. And we're heading to a wrong road. I have a problem with certain people that come to me because they have physical problems. And when I run it through, it's the foods that we eat. We are eating poison. We are suicidal right now. If you check the death rate, most people in the world is dying of disease. When you die from disease, murder, accident, or suicide, you are a lingering spirit. Because you're fighting to live, and in that process you die. People must die natural. A natural way of death will have you to know you are not in the body again. But if I murder somebody, they return right into your body. Because they want to live. It goes in a vision. And the world is very tormented now. Look at the diseases that are going on. Why do you think COVID is eating up black people? Black people have set themselves in a diet that will belong to them. So our immune system is so weak that any virus will take us. The body is created to heal itself. And right now the body is so distorted, it cannot heal itself. Because most of the foods we eat is chemicalized. The cows and them, they are not animal pastures no more. We do eat fowls again, we eat chicken. The fish that we eat right now, the sea is so overloaded with mercury. It is a hazard to the woman. All female has a period problem, a womb problem. And one of the leading causes is fish. A lot of man is suffering from the prostate cancer. Prostate cancer is egg and milk. Why you eat egg for? Egg is minute. Though I'm not there to really tell people what they should eat and what they shouldn't eat. But anything you put it into the body, it must be natural. It's 52 years I know animal product. And I don't eat over-counter foods. We get a culture because of the material boom. We don't cook. Sometimes when we cook on Sunday and we eat it for the rest of the week. This is not food because the food is 100% cooked and you're going to warm it the next day. Automatically it's garbage. So it stays in our stomach and expand our stomach. We must eat food, fresh food every day. Because every new day comes from the womb of the morning. Brand new. You're supposed to re-strengthen, refocus, so we can cut through that daily task with full love. We get angry. Black people have to rise themselves. We have to rise ourselves. But sometimes I just blame the intellectuals of the black race. We have to get ourselves together. If we are fortunate to be successful, that power of success is to cease. And by that your basket never go empty. Everybody freaking die. But as we say, in the wee hour of the morning, ones and ones rise from the image of death. So really and truly it's not about death, it's about how we live. We must eat the foods of the land. I don't grow organic food, I grow natural food. Because in a tropical island, you cannot grow food under plastic. This is scientific foods. So you have to give it water every day. But creation knows when the food is supposed to water. So I grow food in the high region. I never water my garden. I never give it inputs. And 90% of what I eat is what I grow. We have to take care of ourselves. Because we are a dying nation. Look at the medicine that black people is taking now. The medicine is tested on white people disease. It don't work with us. It's different chemistry. Black people are the children of the light. That's why we're black. We absorb light. White people are the people of darkness. They don't have melanin. If they step into the light, they burn them off. That's why there is a crusade like try to intermingle the race to protect the race. But I fully confident that there's a generation coming to re-rail our life for the true purpose and values. Because every generation that comes is to prepare for the next generation. That the next generation will be much more stronger than we were. But it looks like the generation that come in is getting more worse than us. That's why we can point out, over time, we couldn't have cursed people, we couldn't be, we don't do things, we exercise, we run, we eat a lot of natural foods. Children don't want natural foods again. Even as a Rasta man, I'll bring canes, an orange home, bananas, because that's what I live in. And we'll stay on the counter, just dry. They don't want that. Something is wrong. And our taste bud has interfered with. Like you feel hungry, you go over counter and you buy a plate of food. Or you buy chicken and chips and so. That is not food, bro. Because those food don't have sauce. It's just dry food you're eating. So all your organs in your body, something is wrong is going on. and we cannot think right. I think the first development right now should develop the mind of finite people, because mind creates and mind can be destructive. Not because you get up this day and you're hungry, you're so desperate. Hungry is good for the body. Why do you think we're eating every day, like every moment we're hungry? Our mind. A lot of people are hungry in their mind. You know, so I just praying that, you know, I like black people will come together and create that body, that strong body. Because we create the body of God. And once the body is healthy and strong, it have a good head. But a malfunctioning body doesn't have a head. Because you disturb. We can do it. I remember 1974, I was about maybe going on 20, 21. And we should run around the town and we tell the sisters, stay off the contraceptive tablet. Stay off the swine. Stay off the cargoes. Dominica is a doctor. The best medicinal herb for us is free, is wild herb. That's why sometimes I have a problem with the herbalists in Dominica. You cannot put a price on herbal medicine. You cannot take herbal medicine as a business. A healer does not make money from herbal medicine. He will accept a token. But right now, man is sitting and waiting for people to come for them. Do you plant? You plant the herbs, you work the land, you study the herb, you study it in books. We just go in books and say, that good for that, this good for that, and we give it to people. I'm telling to the people, anytime you feel into physical pain, check a physician. Get a medical checkup before you will take herbs. Because most time we're treating you for ulcerated stomach, and it's not ulcer. We doesn't know. And a lot of that going on, and people cannot get healed. I remember I had an ulcerated stomach when I come, because I'm an escaped prisoner. I escaped from the jail 1974. I was jailed 1974, and 1979, the 25th of May, it was African liberation. I never knew that. We escaped from jail because they had an uprising in the country, and the jail became a skeleton staff. So we make our way out. And I had a bleeding ulcer because I never eat jail food. I stayed 66 months, 7 by 5, but I never eat jail food. They had to get us our own pot. So we prepare our food in the cells. And I escaped from that jail. I am on the run, and I'm bleeding every time I puke his blood. I should tie fruits on my stomach and send the fruit, while I create the fruit, will go down into the stomach and cure it. And about 1979, about 80, a young man came in the hills and said, and he told me, there's a herbalist called Sebi. I was a fugitive at that time. So he told me, they want to bring I down to see Sebi. Anyway, he woke out, I met Sebi. And Sebi watched and told me, you're good. How you survive? So he told me, with that also, we have to develop a good way in eating. Because when we eat, we gobble, and then we drink liquid. This is poison. Liquid must go first, because liquid is the base. And then you chew. While you chew, saliva become alkaline. So everything that goes down into your stomach, it neutralizes. But anytime you put liquid in it, you disrupt the alkaline. So you put acid in your stomach. Now, acid is the main cause of inflammation. And inflammation is all the damage. Everything you can think of, that's what it does to the body. So he tell me, if I know comfrey and plant it, I tell him, yeah, we have that in abundance in our mountain. So he told me to go chew it. So he tell me chew it like horse. So every day I have that in my back, I just chew it. And within 5 weeks to 6 weeks, I had no more ulcer in my stomach. All the acid gone from my stomach. But there was one thing was happening to him. He was eating fish. And it's just because he's not here now, I cannot call him to answer that. I tell him fish is one of the most perishable flesh. And fish put more bacteria in the human body than any other flesh. It is poison. It's like a breadfruit. You cut a breadfruit till they cook it. You leave it for tomorrow, it'll go. Only if you can take it and make some other kind of thing, but to eat a nice piece of breadfruit, it'll be right. And we go on a serious reasoning on fish. And Sebi told her his wife is pregnant. And his child will never see fish in the life again. It's just like the marijuana. We protest. We were brutalized. We were run down for this marijuana. And marijuana is the highest plant in alkali. Because chewing of green herbs, ganja, neutralize all acid in saline. But the thing about it, I cannot go out to become a herbalist. Because I know the people are making money out of it, it'll create a thing. But herbal medicine is spiritual business. It's not about money business. There's a herbalist going around and a lot of people dying under them. That's one from across the water, I won't mention it. Because most of the times, we're sick, but it's our mind. Just align it. And I pray that we will get off from those damage that are going on with our body. Because when people sick, they cannot pray. Give us attitude. Because we want to heal and we cannot heal. And we must stay together. We must love one another. Last night I telling my wife, love is like an illusion. It's like, I love you. But it's your body I love. I don't really love the being. And by that now, that gives us bad children. Because there's a lot of youths that walk in the road and we're claiming that they are bad children. But they're suffering from the sins of the fathers and the mother. When a woman gets conceived under bad energy, it's not good children. Because intimate relationship is the highest level of reproduction. It has to be great. It has to be clean. And we want to use him running around the town and saying, he's a bad child. But we have to reread. We mustn't take the words of the master telling us that bygones is bygones. Every line of a human past is valid. It is your memoir. It is your library. The thing you do in your past, you feel so hurt for, is your main conductor. Study it. Because God allowed it. When the monks go into meditation, they never predict future. They rearrange the past and conduct present. Because the only thing we know as human beings is about past and our present. You talk about 12 o'clock, but this is hope. It's not something, among the people that die before 12 o'clock and they rise up healthy, we have to be in the present. So we can say this time won't be like the last time. I give thanks.